We operate in terms of in global sector teams. I take care of the financials, the infrastructure, the business services. We're talking to those companies all around the globe on a daily basis. So we can hear about the change that's happening within their businesses. We can see that changes that may be happening in the US that have yet to come to Europe and can exploit those. And also we can just observe change in our everyday life that may be affecting businesses. The interesting, I guess, development that we've seen in international equities over the last 5 years is that the US market has been the absolute place to be. The US market in terms of returns has returned basically double what any other developed and most other emerging markets have delivered over the last 5 years. And at this point, the US market's quite expensive and there's a lot of enthusiasm still around the US market. And there is a tendency when something's been working, it's been good for a long time, it's that old boiling frog problem of you start to not notice maybe the cracks in the story, you start to just look at the upside. And for us, we're finding a lot of very interesting ideas outside of the US. I think it's that discussion of, yes, the US has been the place to be, but looking internationally, it may be the time to start looking at other markets. We still have markets that I believe are very driven by macro. And we love it when investors are focused on the macro because that's when it throws up opportunities. We look at a country like China, investors are still fearful, and there's a big difference of when we're actually looking at the business conditions that our individual companies are reporting back to us. Things look a lot better than what they're being portrayed as. And stocks are extremely cheap there, so that interests us. Similarly in Europe, people are focused on these macro issues and it's throwing up fantastic opportunities at the stock level. So we're actually, quite excited. There's still a fair gap between the perception that investors have around these markets and the reality that we're seeing on the ground.